Welcome back. In the state of Maryland, your body must be claimed within 3 days or else it becomes the property of the state, meaning you become a donor body. Janice, is 3 days enough time for a body to be claimed?
Trying to figure this out. By the time you get notified that your family member, whatever, has been found, I would think you could get there within 3 days.
What if you
One would
live
hope.
across country?
And what defines claimed?
That's a good point.
That's
Because
a good question.
if you live in California and you're calling to, or you live in Maryland, you're calling to claim a loved one in California, does that mean you have to physically show up and claim, and you can say, "Yep, I got it"?
Does that mean you need to retrieve the body and get it out of state property and decide to either have it
Yeah.
cremated or?
I don't know.
Well, is this a new requirement, or is this one that's been around for a while?
So I guess it's been around for a while. There was a
anybody
bill.
complain?
There was a bill this year named after somebody named Nancy Porter, which sought to extend the grace period to 14 days, but it died in committee. So,
Have there been a lot of reported problems, complaints about the 3-day deadline?
well, yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Well, I mean, if there's no problem with it, then what's the issue?
well, the issue is what. I mean, have you ever stopped to think about that? That's a pretty significant thing to happen. That you die, and your family happens to be out of town on vacation for a week, and sorry, Charlie.
Yeah, but my guess would be we've notified you, you've corresponded that you got the message, or, we actually talked to you. Now you've got 72 hours for pickup.
Or is it, just 72 hours to say, yes, I think that might be my loved one? That's another question. I just went on a cruise here a few months ago. It was a 7-day cruise out of the country. If something would have happened to one of my loved ones while I was gone, I wouldn't have been able to claim them.
My guess would be you've been notified and you've gotten the official message. And I would think if you said, to me, it's explain what the situation is. And if you're out of country, if you're out of state, if you're on assignment and you can't get there for an extended period of time, then I would think I would hope there'd be lenience for that. But I think they're more looking at, hey, and the whole thing is being used as donor bodies for research.
Well, but like I said, I was out in the middle of the ocean. If something would have happened to some of my loved ones, they're not going to get a
But
hold of me.
chances are they could have contacted you, right?
Probably not, because they probably wouldn't have known where I was.
No cell service out there? No? Okay.
No.
Those cruise ships don't have cell service?
They do, if you're willing to pay an arm and a leg for it. So.
You're on vacation, that means you turn the electronics off and actually enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
So I think, and I just was reading a little bit more here, but I think that what the claimant has to do is decide and give orders whether to cremate, bury, ship, or donate the body within 72 hours. So I think that's the key element. So it doesn't sound like you have to be there, but
You
nonetheless,
just have to make a decision.
You just have to make a decision.
And hopefully it's your loved one.
And hopefully it is indeed your loved one.
Send you a picture, right?
Yeah,
That'd be great.
But
Text you a picture.
interesting though, the sidebar, the tangential piece to this conversation is the fact that 66% of Marylanders don't have a last will.
Yeah. And that's a shame. It really is. There's no excuse not to have a will, because you can get it done very cheap. There's services out there you can get it done for cheap. There's do-it-yourself programs that you can buy. I saw one at a store for $40. You can buy software to do your own will. Now, the only problem with those you got to watch, though, is you're not having an attorney review it for only $40. So,
well, but if you're single and there's nobody there really to contest it, and you don't have a whole lot of money that anybody'd want to contest, who's going to?
right.
I mean, that's the other issue. Okay, I think we've beat this one to death.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Oh, is that a,
That was
is that a
terrible
pun? Is
pun,
that a
by the
pun?
So next up on the flip side, the Maryland government is getting a facelift. First one since 1968. We return in 3 minutes.